Hello, dear ones. This is a reading for a specific collective. Um, I'm not going to frame it. It is what it is. If you feel like it resonates with you, fine. If it doesn't, just leave it be. Let it be. But I'm gonna start. Okay, see what is the message here for us today. Um, it has been pretty intense. The last few days, the energy is quite crazy. 2025 starting in January, of course, in terms of the inorganic timeline of the Gregorian year, it just sets us to failure. Let's be honest. That's what it does. And um, well, we also have very challenging here ahead of us. So definitely will be a year where our connection to God is going to be tested. And yeah, it is very challenging because everything around us is pushing us the other way, right? Like everything around us is pushing us to just be distracted, to be fully ungrounded, not present at all, just everywhere all the time, and it is very hard to stop, to slow down, to be present, to listen to our bodies, to listen to our hearts, to listen to our intuition. It is really going against the current, against the grain. Um, yeah, and I do feel that the last years we did had a lot of opportunities to connect to the organic divine flow, divine will, and we always have infinite opportunities, of course, but there was this special occasions where the universe really asked us to open our eyes and change our life. Um, and yeah, there are people that are doing that in their own way. There are people that are choosing not to. And for now, these last years, it was okay. But yeah, the time is now to we're on this cosmological ascension period where the universe decided to go back into union, to go back into love. There's no more separation from now on. So we can try to resist it and attach to the inorganic system around us, which is like more or less the social, material part of it. Um, but the cosmic flow is the opposite. So it will be very intense maturing of our souls this year. Yeah, and I hope this reading helps you guys just navigate whatever you need right now. But I know it's not for everyone, definitely. So, yeah, let's see. Um, we have also a very intense full moon on Monday. So the energies have been intensifying, and there's just this tug of war between density and light, between the dark and the light, between the illusion and truth. So we're gonna see here What is the base for our reading? Okay. Yeah, no wonder. You know what I've been feeling throughout the, the one-on-one sessions that I give to people, and also like for myself and to some family members and some friends, like people around me, just confirm this energy that comes through as the new pearl here. Wait, I'm gonna show you guys. And it's just this idea of like how pearls are made. And they are made through an intense irritation process. So it's like salt, water, and stone. So it's like this through challenges, through chaos. That's how, through pressure, that's how pearls, that's how precious things are made. It's not easy. It's not a nice, amazing process. It's like something creates this burst of energy because literally the inorganic system we live in wants us to avoid discomfort, avoid pain, avoid, yeah, like the ugliness and the chaos and stuff. Despite we live in chaos anyway, but it is like this illusion that if we don't address things, everything is going to be okay. And we do, I do feel a lot of people are really struggling right now because God is asking us to look at things in this new way, just like, okay, just look at things without any filter. Just try to observe yourself and others, the collective, the world, without your set of beliefs or expectations, because that's how we find wisdom. And it is a very, very challenging energy, definitely, for most people. People don't want to see the truth. People want to keep living in their own lies and fantasy world. It's very hard because as we are so involved in this false uh, inorganic system based on all things but love, um, it is very hard to accept the harsh reality. Okay, exactly. But we are being called for this through through this acceptance of like the paradox of the opposites, that that reality just holds everything within itself, not only in the light and not only the dark, right? But both things are needed in a balance, in an equilibrium. And that's where the wisdom comes from, right? It's like what this character is doing, like holding its hands. Both hands create the portal through to wisdom. right? It's this level of like the connection, the key comes from above. The door is our heart. So it's just this connection to God, to divinity. It's we've been disconnected for far too long. And we are being called back home to this knowing, to this wisdom of the soul, of truth, right? And in this there is a push, like there is a call also for us to face our fears, to face the discomfort, to face things that are not pleasant, right? The matrix, the inorganic system wants us to avoid this, wants us distracted, thinking we live in this circus, you know, in order for us to not realize truth, and by that not have the agency to act, to change that reality we live in. So to keep us still in this illusion, right? So let's see here in terms of our physical body and our relationships, to our more our family, like more our close circle. What do we have here about our home, our roots? Okay, it's a lot. Yes, yes. This is what we need to create. Not all of us, of course. I do feel there are specific missions for each person, but I do see in terms of the idea or the concept of the star seed soul. It's just like star seeds are just souls that are, they don't originate from her earth, and they tend to be high frequency souls that incarnate with more remembrance of their soul self. And there's a lot of us right now. I feel I resonate, and I have been having a lot of confirmation that I am one. Um, and us star seeds, if you feel like you have like this mission to change the world, probably you are one of them. And if you feel like you've never really fit in to society or into your family, your social environment, there was some quirk within you that always made you be the strange one, the sensitive one, probably you're also a star seed. But we we are here to create this sanctuary, and in this sanctuary that it is our being, our inner being, our inner wisdom, our own body. Like the last few days has been all about accountability, about responsibility, about integrity and coherence. All things that the world doesn't want us to engage with and become. So We are being pushed to connect to our inner being, to be sovereign in our energy so we can be a sanctuary of divinity, so we can nourish ourselves from within and be of service to others. It is a constant practice. It is a constant work. It has, in order to work, it asks of us constant dedication. It's a life commitment. And it is this divine guidance that will allow us to flow through this year, to find the solutions, to find the ways. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very hard year. It's going to have a lot of push and pull and a lot of frustration attached to it if we're completely disconnected, because it is an ending. It is an ending of a cycle. A lot of things are gonna finish, are gonna go, are gonna change. So yeah, let's keep going. But I do feel that for the people that are watching this and this is resonating for you guys, you will be called to be this sanctuary for the people that surround you. Definitely. It's going to be very chaotic. And if you've been doing your inner work and if you've been getting in touch and cultivating your connection to God, yeah, it is up to us, you know. It's up to you to be that beacon of light, that solid rock, solid foundation for others this year. So let's see. What else do we have here? Mm. It is it is the start. It is the start of this creative energy. It's like this, all this chaos and all the destruction is gonna lead to a blank slate. But actually, what I'm being shown is not actually a blank slate. It's more like just clear, fertile, dark, nourished soil for us to plant the new. It's a very potent energy that needs to be assessed, nourished, definitely, cultivated. It's like the universe wants us to experience this transformation from a place of wonder. It's like there's two main perspectives of it, and like one of it is the one that if we are too connected to the false matrix, to the inorganic system of the world, we will go with it because it's going to fall. It's the starting point. It's going to start to collapse. And if we're too attached, too resonant with it, we're going to go with it. We're going to go down with it. And the other perspective is more like if we attune to the higher frequencies, to the divine wisdom within us, we will just flow through it. Of course, we're going to witness the collapse, but we're not going to collapse with it. We can actually embrace it also with the curiosity, because it has no reverence for God. It has no reverence for life. There's no love in the system. It's literally conceived to keep us in low vibration, in pain, in suffering, in frustration and anger. So seeing it falling down, it's not a bad thing. It's not beautiful. It's not going to be wow, you know, but it's needed because we were so programmed to accept it that we don't even understand how further away from divinity it is. More and more, we're starting to realize that, but not yet. And it's this thing that we need it to dedicate ourselves in cultivating this knowing every moment. The more we do that, the the easier we will witness and go through this transformation, this ending process. Let me clarify this part. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is it. Cleansing. You see how I was saying, like, it is not only the light, is also the dark. It's the sun and the moon, the masculine, the feminine. There is this balance that it's gonna be attained. But in order to for us to balance, we need to clear the things that are too much, that are not serving us, that are in out of balance. there is this need for assessing our lives. And it is hard because, yeah, again, everything around us says the opposite. Just don't mind that. Don't mind that. Just keep doing this, or come in with us to do that, and just do. It's a lot of do. And um we need this preparation. We need this cleansing because there's more to come. And not in the way that there's more to come, like, oh my God, this is gonna be such a tough year. No, it's that's the point. It's like the more we clear, the more we connect to our inner wisdom, to God, the easier it will be. And we will experience a total different reality. We can witness the collapse, but we are not gonna collapse. We are actually gonna ascend. We're gonna expand. We're gonna grow. We're gonna create. It's like literally like this preparation to integrate higher and higher frequencies. So feeling high, high energy, you know, clearing the blockages that are around us. Um, and just like this little witch fly on our broom and just discover, things, the world within this balance, with both energies present for us. Not only the light, not only the dark, not only the new age, woo woo, light, love, and whatever, shalala land, or oh my God, everything is collapsing. And what about these crimes happening to humanity? And what about the crimes committed against nature? It's like, no, God has a plan. There is a divine plan here being orchestrated, and we're just here to witness it and help through it, experiencing it from within, not from the outside, not from the external. Do you understand? I hope this is making sense to you guys. It's, yeah, it's just a choice, right? How do you want to experience this? Because this is gonna happen anyways. But there's multiple ways to experience it. Okay, let's keep going. Yes, we've all been a bit stagnant anyhow. I've been having like a lot of my readings, people are really unhappy with them because yeah, it's just we're just learning. Yes. Yes, in all this sense of being stagnant in life, like we have been growing so much from within. We are being learning how to manifest properly from a place, not the law of attraction, sorry, bullshit, but from the heart, from this higher place of manifestation, from the difference between free will to divine will. Free will, sure, but it is still a bit attached to an immature ego. I think of law of attraction, right? It's like focus on what you want to create, but then what is that? Is that aligned with your mission, your divine mission here on earth? Or is that just calling, like just answering the call of your own ego? I know it's very hard to distinguish, but again, it is a practice and it's making us go through this, this, for me, the firefly, I think it's a firefly. Let's say dragonfly, sorry. The dragonfly is a representation of the mind. And this is the thing, the freedom we get from our mindset. Because actually, all these constrictions and all this is a prison of the mind. We are being mind controlled into a reality that it's not organic, that it's not in accordance to the laws of God, of nature. It's actually separating us from nature more and more, right? And that's what we've been experiencing, like this refinement within us. Yes, exactly, exactly. It's like we're not prepared because we are being prepared in a way to be more protected, you know? Because if we're not embodying our wisdom, then it's just gonna go sideways, all this plan of like raising the vibration and the frequency of Earth. It's not the first attempt. Okay. It's like this ability to see that our the challenges that come to us, they're not um how do I say it in English? They're not a curse. The challenges that we face are not a curse. They're actually making us stronger, making us wiser. And in that sense, we are imbued with this light of God that will protect us further. And it's also speaking about just put your guard up, in this sense, like your discernment must be activated at all times, because again the system just makes us into back into dreamy mode, into just sleepy mode, into zombie mode, and then we tend to, oh, it's okay, that's no big deal, right? I can go there and engage in that lower vibrational activity with people that are actually energetic vampires. It's fine. And then what happens? It's time for us to live by our beliefs, live by our virtues, mastery virtues, right? Like again, it's time for us to be accountable, responsible, sovereign. And I forgot the word again. Coherent in integrity. That was it. Integrity. Okay, let's keep going. Another thing that I've been feeling a lot is just like this there's kind of this blockage on the level of our hearts. Let me see more up to it because it's just like this feeling. This last week I've been feeling it like this tight tightness in my chest, in my heart area. From time to time I just feel it. And it was a very intense week, definitely. There are a lot of um dense dark things happening into the in the world because this is the moment for that, right? It's like it is this time of transformation, and it is not easy. It is discomfort and uneasiness and anxiety and fear, but we don't need to attach to it. We can just observe and let it pass through us. And I personally did that myself this week, like just observing this, what is going on, right? What is going on? Because we also have access to these collective energies that are being transmuted. If you are a clear channel, you will feel it. If you've been working on clearing your channels, yeah, the energy has to go through something. And yeah, yeah, there is this sense of warning. There is this sense of danger, the serpent that lurks around. But at the same time, this protection that if we activate our discernment and we don't let ourselves get into sleep mode, we can actually see how we're going to move through this phase of transition. This is what we are learning, to navigate it, to adapt, not to, it's like to accept, but it's like not to attach. It's just to move through it, right? Ah, well, let me see here, because I have a question in regards to this. Because when I asked this, I was like connecting to the heart of the collective, and there is this. It's like there's just protect your heart definitely right now, but also protect it with the discernment and protect it with the knowing that this is a transition period. And if you hold on to the truth, even if it's uncomfortable, you will know how to respond to it. You will know how to learn from the transition, from the ending, from the chaos, from the collapsing. Mm, yeah, exactly. It's like this is a kind of a warning. I have to breathe through this energy. It's a bit dense. This is the kind of warning. This is like a kind of warning. You know, the you have the green light, the yellow light, and the red light. It's like yellow light, attention, please. And when you, if you didn't see the color before, that was shining before. If it was red or green, you really have to pay attention to the yellow sign, right? Like you have to pay attention to the lights, to the signs, because there is this feeling of illusion of the spell around us. And it's not only bad, it's like, look at her, she's like with a rainbow between her hands. And you know what usually is in the end of the rainbow? Gold. It is a very possible time of abundance, you know but it's just like, it's warning us to don't let yourself fall into your own spells, into your own illusion when things get tougher. Do you understand what I mean? Things will be revealed. Illusions will be uncovered. But in order for us to gain that wisdom, gain that truth, we have to accept it as it is. And sometimes it is harsh, it is uncomfortable, it is like the beginning, right? Like the pearl. It is a friction. Sometimes truth comes through friction, through acidity, you know? Let's see. Yeah. It is a time to retreat still. I've said this before. I don't know if it was here, but the last temperance codes, I've said the energy comes through all the time about this idea that, and I've said it again, the beginning of the year, it's not January. I know we all more or less have to adapt to the Gregorian year, but it's made up to disconnect us from the organic timeline, which starts in March with the equinox in springtime when everything is blossoming and being reborn. So this is still a time to retreat, to go within, to perfect our connection to our inner voice, to our inner guidance, to God. So then we can navigate when things open up and we get a green light and to go ahead. Then we know for certain that we are aligned with divine will. Okay. And because I don't want it to be too long, I'm gonna just see in terms of our vision what what is here for, what is gonna be popping up, because it's all this call for yeah, and I'll make this up. The infinite, everything will be revealed. It's this ascension through the heart, connecting to the higher frequencies. But you can see how she is connected to this beetle, right? This symbol of earth. And I'm gonna let's all check out the meaning of the beetle. Again, good luck, protection from evil. And it is in this sense of like protection from the collapsing, you know? Again, the same idea. And also, this is allowing us, it comes again, the idea, this has crystal keys, right? And we were talking about the keys within our heart with this balance from light, dark, masculine, feminine. And our inner vision will give us the keys for us to navigate the next few months. But we need to do this work right now, you know, while we're still in these months of preparation for the new year. To connect to our purpose, divine purpose, to align with a higher knowledge, with a higher wisdom, to become aware of reality and navigate it in a intelligent, divine way. It will allow us to clear the distortions in our lives. Definitely. It is hard work. I'm not going to lie to you. It's like, but once you're connected to it and you're just surrendered to it, it brings so much blessing, so much abundance, so much prosperity. It's like, that's the thing. When we're connected to our intuition, we see multiple possibilities. We don't only see one thing that can happen. When it's one of the signs, you know, that tells me you're not connected to your intuition. When people tell me like, oh, this the only thing that can happen if I do this is this. And it's like, no, not at all. There's multiple possibilities, and if you're really connected to your inner wisdom, to God, you're gonna see the silver lining and the miracles that will happen. This is what we've been called for. Like, again, the rainbow, this connection to rainbow represents the connection to the divine, to the promise that God made. And if we are open to cultivate this connection, we will be able to see more the miracles than the collapsing. Yeah, I think that's it, you guys. I'm just going to take two last cards from the higher frequencies of our stellar and soul star guides. I don't know what they're gonna say, but I'm just like, what crosses my mind is this. I was always very fond of knowing the truth. I prefer 10,000 times uncomfortable truth than a white little lie, you know? I'm going to take the other one. So we read them together. The inorganic false matrix system we are in this prison, wants us to stay stuck in this immature mindset, in this immature emotional emotional immaturity, just to always need some authority figure that will give us a false sense of choice. And I mean, like, there are people that prefer that. Sure, you're allowed to prefer anything, but it's not the organic, true way of living. It's not in accordance to God's laws, and it's not going to stand for long. For now, it still stands, definitely, but it's going to start to collapse this year. It's already started, but this year is more like the manifestation of it. It's like we're going to see it more and more. Come on. Okay, I'm going to focus so I can have a message to finalize this reading. What is the advice for the next few weeks? Yep. Well, they both go together. The advice is to things. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. Well, I don't know if you guys want me to elaborate on this, but getting out of the comfort zone again. This will help us to connect more to life, to connect more to God, to connect more to inspiration and excitement. This will show us how we are capable of creating new, of creating something that will actually help humanity, something that will help us also grow in wisdom. Yeah, challenge yourself. Go beyond things that you think you, because sometimes you're just like in this bubble, and I speak for myself, in this bubble of just wanting to experience certain things because it's safe. It's not safe. It just makes you stagnant and stuck, you know? And then we have this, like, to finalize perspective. This is it. Zone out. No, no, no. Zoom out. None of this matters. Common ground. And in the sense that our individual, personal, human experience, of course, it matters, but at the same time, it doesn't, or we have to be constantly reminded of the bigger picture. constantly reminded of the divine purpose of all of this, of the divine orchestration for this transformation. It is actually bringing us back to connection with the divine. So there's actually nothing to fear. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all an illusion on the external. And if we connect to the internal knowing, to this full feeling of love, of purity, of truth, we're protected. We're in total connection to God. And whatever happens, even if it's uncomfortable, we're going to be able to deal with it. And in that knowing, we find the peace and the state of mind to do it, to deal with it. I'm just going to ask because I feel it's a bit not concluded, but it is. But it is. But it is. I'm going to just settle in the message that was brought up here today. I thank you for your time, for your energy. I appreciate you, and I hope it resonates with you and helps you in some way. If not, it's okay. We're all human here. But yeah, this is the message, and I hope you have a lovely day or night, wherever you are. And I hope to see you on the next one. Bye for now.